Hi everyone! Since we're not meeting live virtually today, I thought I would throw together a quick stretch break for you all that you can pull out of your pocket anytime you want to while you're at home working. This will be about 15 to 20 minutes of stretching, all standing, and not going to play music so that you can use whatever music you would like that makes you feel relaxed and you want to stretch to. You'll also be able to hear my voice. So let's begin by taking the feet a little bit past hip width apart, maybe shoulder width apart or a little farther, keeping the knees nice and soft, drawing the navel back through the spine, putting ourselves in a little bit of a pelvic tilt. We're just going to start with some easy shoulder circles. Real simple, keeping your breath just nice and natural. That's just a little bit of a warm up. Great. Now, as we soften the knees, we're going to take a big inhale up, look up, and then exhale down, dropping farther, bending the knees a little bit more each time. Inhale, look up. Exhale, pushing the knees out and back. Inhale up. Draw that belly through the spine. One more time. Deep breath. And exhale down. Now let's take an inhale up. Right arm comes over. Now we don't want to bend in the elbow or the wrist. We want to have a nice straight arm, and we're taking all the energy out the fingertips of that right arm. Your arm is aligned with your ear and the left arm goes straight down. Be mindful of not holding your breath while you're here. So we'll inhale, come up a little bit. Exhale, go a little bit deeper into that stretch. It's easy to hold your breath while you're stretching, so just keep a nice steady breath. Inhale. Exhale, see if you can go a little deeper into the side body stretch. Now let's inhale one more time, come back up to center, reach up, and exhale to the other side. So trying to keep your left arm in alignment with your ear, straight line, no break at the elbow or the wrist, and the energy shoots out the fingertips of that left hand as the right arm reaches down and you draw the belly button back. Inhale, come up to center just a little bit. Exhale, we are also keeping our knees soft while we do this, not locking them out. One more time, inhale, exhale, and come up to center, reach up, and relax down. You should feel energized already just by doing that. It's wonderful. So we're going to take our shoulders up, back, and down, always thinking of shoulders away from the ears. Now, I'm going to keep my shoulders down, just looking over to the left of me. Again, pulling the belly button back, keeping the knees soft. Inhale, exhale. Take about 2 more full breaths here, just trying to stretch through the neck muscles. And one more breath. Come back to center. Staying on that left side. Let's take the left ear down to the left shoulder. So remember, you're not elevating the shoulder. Drop the shoulder down. If you want to give yourself a little bit of assistance, you may. And take the right arm out in opposition. It should feel wonderful in the neck. Nice neck stretch. Don't overdo it. So just breathe. You can close your eyes if you want. Inhale, exhale. Now on the next exhalation, just take it down to the front a little bit. So you're now on the angle, changing the dynamic of the neck stretch. And take one more full breath here. Inhale, exhale. Come back up to center. Now you just kind of want to reset in the center so you don't rush right to the other side. So shoulders up, back, and down. Now just rotate, look to the right. So make sure you're not rounding the shoulders as you rotate your head. You want to be squeezing the shoulder blades together and look to the right. So as you inhale, expand the lungs out, expand the diaphragm, and then when you exhale, pull that belly button back. 2 more of those. Inhale, exhale. One more time. And look to the front. Now remembering to keep your shoulders down, take your right ear to your right shoulder. Don't elevate the shoulder. And if you want, give yourself a little bit of assistance and extend that left arm out. Two more full breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Now on the next breath, go ahead and take it down on that angle to the front. Just a little bit of a change. Very subtle. And release it. This one looks a little funny, but it's a great neck stretch as well. So gazing forward, just tuck your chin in towards your chest. And then release. So if I look from the side profile, I'm just looking forward, tucking my chin. You should feel that stretch through the cervical spine. One more time. And release it. All right, while I'm here on the side, go ahead and tuck your elbows in at your side. So you want to be at that perfect angle. So we're not here, we're not here, we're at a 90-degree angle. And all we're going to do is squeeze the shoulder blades together. As I squeeze my shoulder blades together, I'm going to inhale and then exhale. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale. Two more of those. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale. One more. And exhale. Now let's make that a little bigger. So we're going to open the chest, lift the chest, look up, and then exhale, round it front. Make it a little more dramatic. Inhale, exhale. Two more of those. Inhale, exhale. This should feel amazing, opening up that chest. One more. Now this time we're going to take it front, clasp the fingers or interlace the fingers and press. So we're rounding through the upper back. If you want to bring your hands down a little bit, that's okay too, your level of comfort. And be aware that you're keeping the belly button in, keeping the core engaged, glutes are tight, and the knees are soft. So this is a nice upper back stretch. But now we want to get into the chest and the front of the shoulders. So let's open the chest. So if you can take the base or the butt of your hand together, you could go with a little pointer trigger finger. And we're going to open it here and lift. So many of us work on computers, or we maybe hairstylists. We do so many things, mechanics. Out in front of us, we want to open the chest, open the front of the shoulders. So if you want to lift a little bit more, that should feel glorious and keep your breathing nice and natural and steady. I love this one. So along the same lines, pretend you have a doorway beside you. So make a little doorway there. And you want to bring your elbows just about at shoulder level and then just open the chest. So again, squeezing the shoulder blades, just feeling like you're stretching through the pec muscles, the front of the shoulders. It's beautiful. Awesome. Now let's take the right arm, reach it up, touch your back. Give yourself a little bit of assistance, stretching through the triceps. If you want to get an extra little side body stretch, you can. I can back up a little bit. Now, if you have any trouble with the front of your shoulders, be careful with some of these stretches that go overhead. It may not feel comfortable to you. If you feel any sharp pain, we're going to stop it. We don't want to feel any twinging or anything like that. Now, take that right arm across the chest. Awesome. Just checking to make sure I have enough time to do everything we want to do. Now we're stretching the medial deltoid, the side of the shoulder. So just give yourself a nice hug. Should feel great going across the shoulder region. Now, so important. We want to get wrist, flexor, and extensor stretches. So just present your gift to the world. Sometimes we call this the Spider-Man stretch. It's like you're shooting your spider webs. You want to keep your elbow, your wrist in alignment with the shoulder and just shoot all the energy out the wrist. Should feel pretty amazing as you stretch through there. And again, we're just breathing nice and naturally, not holding the breath, just enjoying it, and make sure you're not elevating your shoulders. Keep them down. We don't want to add extra tension by doing that. Now we'll stay with the same arm and rotate. So now we've had the fingers down. Fingers are still down, but going the other direction. Now instead of pressing back on the fingers, go ahead and press back on the hand a little bit more as you think about shooting that energy out the wrist again. So now we're getting into the forearm as well, going up into the biceps muscle group a little bit more and keeping the shoulder depressed. Not holding your breath. Looks great, guys. Before we get to the other side, let's put our hands together in prayer. So we're going to bring the base or the butt of the hand together, starting right at heart level, and then we'll gently pull down. And as you pull down, keep your hands together. So try not to let them peel apart right away. Try to keep them together. And then you can gently peel them apart, getting into a little bit more of a finger stretch. Let's do that again. So hands together in prayer, heart level, and then gently pull it down, pressing the base or the butt of the hand together. And then separate at the end if that feels good. And let's do it one more time. You don't have to separate them. You can keep pressing together. Should feel lovely. Excellent. Go ahead and shake it out. Reach that left arm up, pulling the belly button back through the spine, and we're getting into the tricep stretch on this side. For those of you who were in Tabata on Monday night and body sculpting last night, this should feel fabulous, right? All of these stretches should. We're just trying to stretch the back of the arm right now, the triceps muscle group. And on this one, we want to pay special attention to not be arching our back as we do that. So we want to stay engaged in the core. And on our next breath, we'll take that arm across the chest, keeping the shoulder down. So make sure that you're not elevating the shoulder. And breathing naturally. Looks good. If you're doing a lot of lateral raises and things like that, this stretch is fantastic. All right, from there, let's get into the forearm, wrist, and bicep stretches. So wrist extensors, wrist flexors. So we'll do the Spider-Man or the present your gift to the world stretch. So your fingers come down and relax the shoulders. It's beautiful. Take 2 more breaths. And from there, after the next breath, fingers come the other direction, or the hand goes the other direction. Instead of pulling back on the fingers, press back on the hand a little bit more. So that one just changes the dynamic of how you feel it going through the wrist into the forearm and radiating up through the bicep muscle group. Beautiful job. All right, let's work our way down the body a little bit. So feet continue to be about shoulder width apart. Now we're going to do standing cat-cow. So you can do cat-cow on the floor. If you've done yoga and Pilates, you guys know this. If you've done my classes, you definitely know this. So without rounding the shoulders too much, I want you to round the back. So you're pulling the belly button up and dropping the tailbone, and then round the shoulders and drop the head weight a little bit. And then inhale, look up. So exhale, tuck the tailbone under, pull the belly button up through the spine. Should feel amazing in your back. Inhale, look up to neutral. 2 more of those, tuck the tailbone under. You can drop your head weights. 1 more, and here goes the last time. So I'm tucking up, right? Trying to get a little bit of height out of the mid-back. Inhale, look up. Beautiful. Now, let's go ahead and take your hands on your lumbar spine, on your back, and all you're going to do is just arch back a little bit. So now you're opening up through the hips a little bit, decompressing the spine. If you feel any pain, Don't do it. So you just want to arch. And again, don't hold your breath. Beautiful. Let's move down the body. So I'm going to take my left leg forward and I'll turn to the side as well. Right foot goes back. Now, I'm trying to press the right heel into the floor, loading my hips forward but not in the knee. So I want to make sure that my knee doesn't go in front of my toes, but I'm trying to elongate, I'm trying to separate. So I should feel it in my quadriceps in the front thigh and feel it in the calf muscles in the back. So it's like you're pushing and pulling away from each other, but be careful of the knee. That's nice. Now, let's go from there. Lift that back heel up. If you want to step in a little bit, you may. Pelvic tilt. So push your hips forward, drop down. So you don't have to go all the way to the ground, but if you want to, it's a great hip flexor stretch. Press your hips forward. Wrap your left hand around your back, raise your right arm up, look up. Really enjoy this stretch. Take 2 more full breaths here. Now take that hand and just bring it around, a little rotation, dropping the shoulders down. And breathing. From there, come on up. Now we'll get a hamstring stretch on the front leg. So shift your body weight, load your tailbone up and back, and then toes to nose, chest to thigh. So if your body's rotating, take it over the thigh and hinge in half of the hips. So you're not hunching down, but hinging so that you really feel a nice stretch. If you're very flexible in the hamstrings, you may want to put both feet down, line the heels up, turn the right toe out a little bit, and walk down. That's up to you. Maybe you're just here. Maybe you can't get all the way down. Or if this feels better to you where you keep flexion and the toes to the nose, that's great. So let's kind of swing to the center, knees soft. I'm going to put my forehead on my forearms and dangle side to side. So as I'm dangling, while you're dangling, I'll talk. You want to keep your breathing nice and natural, and you want to be lifting the hips up so you feel the decompression and you feel the stretches. It should feel wonderful. Don't overstretch. Bend those knees and roll. Take your right shoulder to your left thigh. So give me like a little attitude like we do in kickboxing or some of the other classes, right? We have a little attitude. So what we're trying to do, you should feel a nice inner thigh stretch, right? And don't hold your breath. I know this is different for you guys. You're used to me yelling in such high energy, but this is fun to do every now and then. We need to stretch. Let's switch sides. So give me that attitude, right? Like, I got this. Of course you do. Inhale, exhale. It should feel so good. All right. We're going to switch sides for the lower body. This time I'm going to turn a little bit more to the side, but let's start with the right foot forward, left foot back. Again, we're trying to draw apart, loading forward, but not in the knee. There's a difference between loading forward so that I'm feeling it in the quads and I'm driving the left heel back, or lunging forward. We're not lunging forward in the knee, we're loading forward. So if you need to, step that foot out a little bit more so that your knee is behind your toes, never beyond. So we're really focusing on the calf muscle stretch on this one, driving that heel to the ground. Now, lift the back heel up. Pelvic tilt. If you need to, step in with the back foot. We're going to drop it down. Some of you might stop here or go all the way to the ground. Take the right hand, wrap it around your back, left arm up, Just dip back a little bit. It should feel glorious. Now take that arm, go ahead and look around you. So just a little bit of a twist, little rotation. One more breath and come on out of that. So step the back foot in, flex the toes to the nose on the right foot, the belly's still up, the hips are loaded up and back. If you're turning, turn back over, chest to thigh. So you should feel it go right up the back of the thigh, right? Flex toes to nose, chest to thigh, hips are up. So many rules. And again, you super flexy people, you could line your heels up, turning the left toe out, toes out, and then turn your body and walk it down. Some of you might even be able to get your hands flat on the floor. You go to what's comfortable for you and don't overstretch. So chest to thigh, toes to nose is fabulous. Big deep breath. And let's swing it around to the front. So let's just roll up with a big deep breath. Exhale. One more time. All right. 2 more stretches, guys, and we'll call it a day. So you know me, I love to practice balance. So we're going to get a quadricep stretch on the right side. So first try it and see if you can balance. You want to push your hips forward, line your knees up. If you're struggling, try dipping your finger in water, pretend water, tugging on your ear, or hold on to something if you need to. If you're struggling with the balance and you feel like you're faltering, don't try to save it by twisting your ankle. So be careful. If you can grab with both, it's a great balance challenge. Push your hips forward, should feel great. My quadriceps are saying thank you so much. I hope yours are too, because tomorrow we're going to work them in kickboxing, right? All right, exhale, just relax. Now, let's get the other side. So remember, I should have said this on the first side. When you're trying to balance, you want to take that base heel into the floor, squeeze your glutes, pull your belly button in, lift the chest. Keep on breathing. Try to stand nice and tall. Yes, take 2 more breaths. It's beautiful. One more. All right. Last stretch before we take 2 deep breaths to end this thing. We are going to stretch through the hip and glute. We can do that on the floor, but today we're doing it standing. So let's start by holding on to something. And then some of you balance people, I know you're going to let go. So I'm just going to hold on as I take my right ankle across my left thigh, and I'm pressing, I know you can only see half of me, I'm pressing my right knee down to try to get the hip and glute stretch. So as I let go, I can try to balance. I'm going to turn this a little bit so that you can see, hopefully. I think most of you know it. You get to see more of my plants. So the left knee is bent and the right knee is pushing down. So I'm really getting a nice hip and glute stretch. And again, the balance challenge would be to let go and hold. But again, don't try to balance and hurt your ankle or twist your body. So if you need to hold on, it's okay. And then come on out of that. That feels so good in my hip. Shake it out, and we're going to get the other side. So find someplace else to balance. This is, oh, let me turn this for you guys. You're going to take the left ankle. This is my music and teaching room. It's a gym, it's a schoolroom, it's a music room. Left ankle goes across the right thigh. Press that knee down. And if you, again, want to try balance, really stabilize by pulling the belly in, squeezing the glutes, and pressing through the base heel. So that's how we stabilize for balance, right? And then we breathe. So continue to press that knee down on the left side, and the right knee is bent. I want you to feel it right in here. Beautiful. Exhale and unravel. Awesome job today, guys. We are going to take 2 deep breaths together. Inhale up. Exhale one more time. Exhale. Like my signs say, you are my team. You are awesome. See you tomorrow. High five. Thank you.